Go to Brisbane now and follow up on the Queensland state budget, which was delivered yesterday by Treasurer Jackie Trad. We're joined by Anna Rawlings here. Anna, stepping on the gas, they're extracting more royalties for Queensland from the gas industry. This is a state government that's been pretty antipathetic towards the coal and resources industries, but getting plenty of money from them.
It certainly has been met with a bit of backlash, Chris. This Queensland government tax hike is being called a tax grab. In fact, a former Labor minister says it could potentially scare away investors from Queensland and also jeopardise investment in Queensland and also see energy prices rise. So that was former Resources Minister Martin Ferguson telling The Australian that. Now, we did see this announced in yesterday's state budget. Under it, we'll see gas royalties increase from 10 to 12.5%, raising $476 million. Now, this revenue raiser is being touted as a measure to help the state government fund its big spending, big taxing budget. They did announce promises for record spending for health, education and infrastructure. Now, as you can imagine, the state opposition didn't waste any time in raising the issue of the gas royalty in question time today. Here's a little bit of that exchange.
I refer to the Queensland Resources Council, who in response to Labor's budget of higher taxes, more debt, less jobs and less infrastructure, said the Premier had broken a promise by raising royalties and had betrayed the trust of 315,000 Queenslanders who work in the resources sector, especially in the regions. Doesn't Labor's 25% royalty hike on petroleum and gas prove Labor is anti-resources, anti-regions and anti-jobs?
Now, Chris, the former Labor Federal Resources Minister Martin Ferguson also said that the Queensland Treasurer should have held an open and wide-ranging consulting process for this. Jackie Trad, though, has hit back, saying that this was no ambush. She told Sky News she did consult with industry stakeholders ahead of yesterday's budget. Take a listen.
I did hold meetings with representatives from the gas sector. It's now one of our fastest growing exports. It grew at 40% last year. And royalties have been frozen over 10 years, and we think that now is the right time for the industry to give more back to the taxpayer for their resources.
As well as the gas royalties increase, more than 6,000 big businesses will be hit with a $500 million payroll tax rise to help fund this budget. Now, Chris, this is, of course, a state government in the process of repositioning itself ahead of the 2020 state election following federal Labor's loss in last month's federal election.